she ran over her fourth person with her wheelchair.
I'm sorry, there's a threshold?
Does that mean you get 3 free?
And now, Cheese Wits.
Buongiorno.
Hello.
Uh-huh.
How is everybody?
Tired.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tired?
Yeah.
Why are you so tired?
I just did not sleep well.
I haven't slept well in a fucking year.
Yeah.
I don't sleep well. I don't sleep well a lot either. Just
No.
I think again, the aged don't sleep well.
That's true.
I think the aged. Oh, so I have some sister news.
Oh, good. Which sister?
Legs don't work, sister.
Okay.
If I could walk on sunshine. So I got a call on Friday from her, one of the care persons there, one of the nurses, saying that my sister was going to have to go under evaluation because she ran over her fourth person with her wheelchair.
I'm sorry, there's a threshold?
Does that mean you get 3 free?
I don't know, but
Your sister's like a cop at the end of the month that has to hit their quota.
right. So running over means ran into and knocked down. Now, you need to understand. My sister is mostly in a place with the elderly and affirmed, right? And she's only about I think she's 56.
They ain't that firm if she's knocking them over.
Sure aren't. She's knocking over people in walkers and stuff. But there is a question as to whether or not she's doing it on purpose or she's just a ditz.
I also received a call from a caretaker.
I thought you were going to say you received a call from Wally's sister.
She was asking me how hard to hit them with the wheelchair to knock
I
them
was
down.
just trying to make the 710 split, Wally.
She needed some advice.
What about your caretaker, Jess?
So the caregiver at the place where my parents are called me at 9:30 Saturday night. Now, when my phone, when they're calling me at 9:30 on Saturday night, I'm like, oh, shit, who's dead?
No. Yeah.
Somebody's dead.
You just look at the caller ID and you're like, oh, fuck.
I do. Yeah.
That's like a parent getting the 11 p.m. call.
Well, it's like me getting, I got the call from my parents the other night. It's like 9:02 and my mother called. I'm like, oh, God, Dad's dead. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, Christopher, we forgot to tell you that at Ruby Tuesdays, there's a buy one, get one. Shut the fuck up.
Now, I'm guessing, Jess, yours is a little more involved than Ruby Tuesdays.
Well, Ruby Tuesdays was not involved at all, and neither was anyone dead. However,
Good.
this caregiver says to me, "I'm so sorry to bother you, but your mother has been really mean to me for the last week, and I don't know what to do."
Are you kidding?
And I said,
honey, she's been mean to me for 52 years. I don't know what the fuck to do.
that's exactly. I said, well, welcome to my life, first of all.
So she must be feeling better if she's able to be mean to another woman in her life.
She
and
said
every time she's poking the caregiver with a needle or something, going, I wish you were Jess. I wish you were Jess. I wish you were Jess.
She said, I don't understand because she's just been nothing but sweet the whole time she's been here. And I was like, well, now you know the real Charlotte. So
she came out of a coma.
Yeah, that's right. Now she's
She
awake.
is reawakened.
Now she's awake. So
The phoenix has risen. Wow. I can't even imagine getting that call. Your mom is being really mean to me.
I said, I'm so sorry to laugh, but this is I'm not surprised. I'm actually surprised that it took this long. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
That is now that's an amazing call. That is I can't even. It's even hard for me to even wrap my head around. If they called me and said your sister's been really mean to me, like I don't know what to. I wouldn't know what to say.
I basically told her she was afraid that my mother was going to call me and tell me that she was being mean, that the caregiver was being
Christ.
mean.
Right.
And I said, listen, I know who my mother is. So I need you to be okay with standing up for yourself. I said, do not let her bully you or steamroll you. I am not going to, if she calls me and says you're being mean to her, I know who my mother is.
She's always been nasty.
Yeah.
She was born. Janet Jackson was her best friend.
Yeah.
The song's about her. I know that the caregiver calls me for the same reasons the caregiver called you.
Mm-hmm.
To stem any sort of idea that it's reversed.
Mm-hmm.
So because I could imagine my sister calling me and saying, they pushed my wheelchair into somebody and knocked them over.
My mother called me the other day and said that they were not feeding. She said, we were told we're only allowed to have one plate and Doug is too thin. My stepfather, he's too thin. And I said, You're telling me you think they're not feeding him enough? Yes. So I called the people who ran the place and I said, I am not calling with any kind of accusation at all. I just want to know what's really going on. And they said, your mother does not finish her food. She then gives her leftovers. There are two Dougs in the place, my stepfather and another resident. She gives her leftovers to both Dougs. And then when it's dinner time, she complains that she's never fed because the caregiver, first of all, she doesn't want what the caregiver ever is cooking. And so the caregiver is like trying to make food for everybody and help all three people at once. And my mother is yelling at her, are you trying to annoy me on purpose?
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, I get the same story. My sister will call me and say that they're not giving me the right kind of food.
Mm-hmm.
They won't give me the foods I want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, because you retain water, you can't have salty fucking broth.
Oh my God.
My mother is claiming that she's lactose intolerant, which she's not. Which we know because also she loves milkshakes.
Yeah.
It's just
I love milkshakes. They made me shit.
When they try to give her something that she doesn't want, she claims she can't eat chicken or any kind of meat because it upsets her stomach. And she's lactose intolerant. Well, what would you like us to pick up for you when we go out today? A milkshake. I don't want chicken. Well, what would you like for us to pick up for you if we go out today? Chick-fil-A.
My sister's exactly the same way on this shit. Like I can't eat strawberries. Or I can't eat any berries. Mm-hmm. But I really like a strawberry milkshake. I'm allergic. I'm allergic to berries. Mm-hmm. I'm lactose intolerant, but she will have a milkshake. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She exactly the same. It sounds like just a 30-year younger version of your mother. Hey, be happy, Chris, that you don't have a person in assisted living right now.
Oh, let me tell you something. And if I ever get to that point, I want you both to promise that you will harpoon me because I don't want to deal with that. Okay?
I promise.
Listen.
Thank you.
If I get calls from assisted living for any more fucking people, no, I will not be taking calls. Thank you for your.
It's sort of comforting, a little bit comforting that assisted living for the assisted housing, they're very attentive.
Mm-hmm.
They'll call you and let you know, here's what's going on, yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
My sister, so I think I've told you that I am in possession of the life or death call for my sister.
Yep, I have that honor as well.
Yeah, and
not for your sister though.
And my I might pass it off.
No, thank you.
But she insists. So my sister takes absolutely fucking horrible care of herself. Now, she doesn't have a bladder anymore because she was just terrible with her catheterizations and just whatever, hurt herself. And so they had to remove that. And all kinds of other bullshit and things going on with her, and the water retention, and she has leaky legs because she's just too much. She's retained too much water and stuff. And they tell her all the time, you can't do this. You can't eat this. If you get sick and you can no longer make decisions for yourself, and then that's when she loses it and says, I want you to put every hose in me and every tube you can to keep me alive. They said, yes, but if you're unable to speak and make decisions, your brother makes these decisions, and you know where and I've told her, I said, I will not be in the position where I say, yeah, keep the person alive who has no chance of any sort of decent life except being a vegetable. I know, but until then, every hose, every tube, every piece of electrical shock, she is adamant about it, but she takes like fucking such shit care of herself. She has no interest in doing the right thing.
My mother has been on a kick about being cremated for the last couple of weeks. So she called me a couple of weeks ago and she said, do you have my will? And I said, yes. And she said, so you know that I want to be cremated. I said, well, it doesn't say that in your will, but now that you're telling me, I know. She said,
no, Mother, I no longer have a will.
Yeah. No.
My will has gone.
My will is destroyed.
You took it.
I said, okay, fine. Then I see that I get a notification on her bank account saying that her card was used to buy something for $100. So I call her and I said, I can't figure out what this is, this company. It's some kind of investment company or something. Did you buy something for $100 from this company? Yes. I bought a cremation package. You bought a cremation package for $100? Yes.
Was the Viking special?
I said, I mean, you told me that you wanted to be cremated, so I will handle that when the time comes. She said, well, I wanted to handle this. Okay, fine, whatever. So then she calls me the next day to talk to me about this cremation package. I don't fully, she's hard to understand sometimes when she talks, so I didn't fully understand what she was telling me right away. What I came to realize she was telling me was that I needed to finish paying for what she bought.
Uh-huh.
Which includes necklaces for my sister and I to wear her ashes.
So what is this? Here's what I'm envisioning that your mother bought: the necklaces,
Mm-hmm.
and then a bundle of wood, a book of matches,
And some kerosene.
and some kerosene.
Yeah.
Right. That's the $100 package we'll send you, and as a bonus, because we're going to send 2 necklaces too.
Yeah.
that also double as a match, just in case the book of matches we send isn't enough,
Mhm.
and it's a windy day.
Mhm.
Where did she find this? Is she watching one of the low end channels and the fucking Art Linkletter commercial came on?
Who the hell knows? The woman has nothing but time
Oh my word!
and audacity.
Good Lord.
Time and audacity. Those are what my mother has.
Get away from there. Listen, we cremated our 2 of our cats, and the package cost more than $100 for a cat.
Cost more than $100 for my dog too.
and our dogs as well. I can't imagine what she got for $100.
I don't know. And I said to her, Mom, when you do this stuff,
like Tupperware. She got
I
a
said,
Tupperware to hold herself.
I said, when you do this stuff, how am I going to know that it exists? If I'm not monitoring your bank account, how am I going to know that this exists after you've gone? I don't know. Okay.
You get the deluxe package. The deluxe package. Okay, I'm going to add a couple things to this deluxe package. I am going to add the Glad soup holder with the twist-on cover and a map to a waterway nearby where you can sprinkle the ashes should you like to, should you wish. And do these necklaces, do they hold a small amount of ash?
Yes. So that we can wear her around our necks, as if having her hanging around our necks for our entire lives already hasn't been enough.
She's already figured it out. I've been a weight around your neck this long. I ain't stopping in death.
Yep.
You're gonna carry this shit around until you die. Oh man.
Oh my God. And you cremated your cat?
Oh yeah. Cremated. We have I think we have 2 cremated cats.
We lost a cat last week, and it was an outdoor cat, but it was a beautiful cat. It was gray with white paws, sweetest thing. And it decided that it wanted to, do what every guy wants to do, go fucking in the middle of the road. And the little socks and the girl both got hit.
Oh.
And we're like, God, what do we do? What are we supposed to do? So we saw it in the road, went inside the house, thought about it for about 30 minutes, went back outside as we're watching the fox pull the cat out of the road.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So no cremation here.
No, I guess not.
No, it's self-service in the country.
Yeah. Wow.
We cremated the first pet that Jody and I ever got. We got a small kitten when in our first year of love, and so we cremated him. That was TH, Tomato Head, because he had a big fat orange head.
I remember TH.
Yeah, TH, and Ryan used to call him 2H because he couldn't say. I don't know why I call him that. And then Trash Can Kitty is a cat we got out of a dumpster, and we named him Trash Can. So TC got cremated. And then Shiny Ann was a little, and then we have a few dogs that are done. Speaking of cats, we've been trying to. We have a female cat in the yard that's been coming around. We think it's living in the barn, but it's been coming around, and so I'm trying to catch it with a have a heart trap. So I've got a big one out there, and I put little food in the back of it, and blah blah blah. And this fucking clever little puss reaches her paw in. We've watched her do it. We're watching her with a binoc. She reaches in, pulls the dish of food to the edge, and scoops it out and eats it off her paw. She will not go in to the thing.
I thought you were going to say you caught a possum.
No, caught a skunk
or a raccoon. Yeah.
On Monday, I look out, and at 4:30 in the morning, I'm going, oh, something's in the trap, and I shine. And I go down, and it's a big ass skunk.
Now, how do you get close enough to get it out of there without it spraying you?
Oh, you just drop. I dropped a tablecloth, like a plastic tablecloth, just something we have. You just cover it up. Didn't you ever watch Marty Stauffer, Wild America? I'm Marty Stauffer, and this is Wild America. No, you just you cover things up with a cloth or something, so that it sort of takes the stress away from them. Yeah, so I just dropped a cloth over it, and then I opened up the door, and it walked out, and I ran the other direction. I mean, I didn't stick around to watch it walk out.
Yeah.
I got back into the car with the lights on it and watched it. It came out and scurried down the driveway, and I picked up the thing, and that's that. But yeah, I was very worried we might get a porcupine. The possum I wouldn't mind. The porcupine is the scary one, because that's the one that it can get you at a distance.
Yeah.
Get you at a distance. Here, I want to give you I had a conversation today on a delivery. I was delivering to this fellow who came out of his garage to get his package. And I said, boy, great day. What a nice day. We've had 3 beautiful days here. It was 70 today, 70 yesterday, and like 75 on Monday. It's just been beautiful here and just perfect weather. And he said, yeah. I said, I think it's going to get chilly. And then next week, midweek, it's going to be warm again. He goes, yeah, I don't trust it. I said, and I shouldn't have said it. I should have just turned away. And I said, what do you mean? Well, I think something unnatural is going on, and there's some controlling of the weather going on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then he begins to tell me about how there's been flooding in the desert and how Canada's got some flooding where they don't have any water.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you fucking ever been to Canada? It's nothing but water.
Mm-hmm.
There's water everywhere in Canada. Ever heard of the St. Lawrence Seaway or any of that shit? And he just goes on. And it's, at some point you got to extricate yourself from the conversation. But for 10 minutes, I listened to this guy tell me about the evils of, he never said who's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But he could have been Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah. I gotta say, I voted earlier this week, and
oh, I did not yet.
I'm a little disappointed, to be honest, because
you changed your mind and want to vote for Trump?
Well, no, but I don't know why everybody's calling me while we're recording. I spent an hour in line waiting to vote.
What?
And there was, which was great, by the way. I was not mad about that at all, because it means people are actually voting, and Tennessee has very low voter turnout as a rule. However, there were no characters in line with me. So I had to spend my whole hour in line
with regular people
playing the game in my head. Are you voting red or blue?
And what did your very scientific brain survey come up with?
So the people immediately in front of me, for example,
yes.
it was a couple. He heavily tatted, wearing skater shoes. She pink hair, little tiny ponytail in the back. They looked kind of hippie-ish, I would say, maybe vegetarian, so definitely blue.
Oh, yeah, vegans, yeah.
A couple behind me, talking pretty loudly about church, probably red. Now, one of my friends who lives in the same part of town that I live in texted me while I was in line, and I was like, yeah, I'm playing this game, and he said, we live in Antioch, it's all blue. And I was like, no. I'm voting in Hermitage, though. Hermitage is the next little neighborhood area up. And so my other friend who lives in this area, he and I were texting, and I told him I was playing the game, and he was like, well, where are you voting, though? And I said, Hermitage. And he's like, oh, okay, that could go either way. Maybe a little more red, though. So then he was voting in the same place the next day, and he texted me, and he was talking about how long the line is. And I said, play the red or blue game. And he goes, okay, red, done. And then he's like, wait. Here's a guy with he said, the gray hairs are all red. And I said, yeah, for the most part. He said, wait, here's a guy with gray hair, but it's long and in a ponytail. I said, see, he's not red. Yeah, you have to get your hair cut when you register as a Republican.
No, that is not true. You should sue some of these fucking people in Frederick. You know better than that. Actually walking right now, there is a guy with long gray hair in a ponytail with a camouflage cap on and tattoos on the left arm. The way he's walking, I can tell he's not voting for the blue guy.
He's probably not voting at all.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to get Project 2025 in there somehow.
I like voting.
Yeah.
I really enjoy voting.
Yeah.
I enjoy voting I enjoy voting the day of the vote.
You have to.
Election day?
Yeah. I like election day voting because it's a small town, so that's most everybody goes on election day. We don't have a ton of early voting here, even though it's available, or absentee ballot. You go and and it doesn't take that long. I mean, I don't think I've ever been longer than 15 minutes to vote from beginning to end, including the conversation and signing whatever proposition might be out there. Do they have that when you go to early voting, Jess? Do they have the proposition people?
The proposition people?
Yeah, the people are like, oh, will you sign this referendum? Will you sign this thing? Not a proposition, but we're trying to get this on the ballot next year to stop whatever.
I've never seen that. I don't know if that's allowed.
Yeah, we have here. What is it? It's ballot initiatives when people are trying to get enough signatures to get something on the ballot. A ballot.
Well, that's usually done before the balloting is complete.
Oh,
yeah,
they do right
before they put them on.
The only thing, they're not allowed to come. There are people like if somebody's running for the school board or something, they can come and talk to you while you're in line, but they can't. There's a certain distance from the door of the building that they're not allowed to be.
That's a federal law.
Yeah.
100 feet.
What's that, Wally?
And
I think it's 100 feet.
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, but you know what it is here with early voting, right?
What do you mean?
No.
It starts tomorrow in Maryland, I heard.
Well, yeah, but every early vote or every mail-in ballot is a provisional vote. And they don't count those unless there's enough of a margin between the number that they know have been mailed in or done provisionally as to what's at the polls already. If there's no way for the other person to win, they don't even count them.
What kind of bullshit is that?
That
Welcome
sounds
to Maryland.
stupid.
Yeah.
So we have for not for presidential, but we have a congressional race and a Senate race. And so we have ranked choice voting, which I like. I like ranked choice voting, where first choice, second choice, third choice for Senate.
Yeah, they have that in Virginia too.
Yeah, I like that. I like ranked choice voting.
There is somebody running for what is she running for? State. She's running for one of the state offices. And it's not in a district that I'm in, so I didn't have to really familiarize myself with it. Right. But here's the interesting thing. The choices were, on the red side, a guy who said that he thinks that LGBTQ and transgender is a disease that needs to be cured.
As he is entitled to that opinion. And
on the blue side is this woman who was our mayor here in Nashville. And in 16 or 18, it was discovered that she was having an affair with her head of security, who was also the police chief. They were both married to other people, which that's not unusual for any politician. Nobody cares. However,
it's fine.
They were, she was requesting security to go with her to yoga classes and concerts and trips to fucking Greece. So he's racking up tens of thousands of dollars of overtime because he was also the city's police chief. And she's spending taxpayer dollars to pay her head of security to go on vacation with her and go to yoga classes with her and go to concerts with her.
You know what she is? She's a smarmy bitch.
She had to step down and was charged with some kind of felony and had to pay back $10,000 or $11,000. The police chief had to step down and retire, and he had to pay back, I think it was $46,000.
Yeah. You know what?
Both of them, the felony was removed from her record after however much time. So now she's running for state office.
You know what, though? When they find those fuckers, you're fined $11,000, even though you took $140,000 worth of, you spent $140,000 of cash of taxpayer money. We're going to fine you $11,000.
Yeah.
The fine is never equal to
right
what it should be. Or when they fine big business for, I don't know, whatever, fucking, hey, you stole money, Bank of America. We're going to fine you $340,000 and the government's getting it all.
Yeah.
Fuck the people you stole the money from.
Yeah.
They're getting shit. We're taking your money.
Yeah.
That fining bullshit is such bullshit.
But also it's just the idea that she was in the position to be able to do that, to steal money from the taxpayers. And not only does she no longer have a felony on her record, she can run for state office. And now the people in that district, those are their choices. Somebody who thinks that somebody's sexual orientation is a disease, or somebody who thinks it's okay to steal from the taxpayers.
Steal money and sleep around.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm not ever bothered by the sleep around.
The sleeping around part, I think it's gross. I think you're a terrible person, but she's not unique in that.
No, it's almost not even a character judgment anymore.
No, I will say though that I do feel like, as unfair as this is, she was the first woman mayor in the history of Nashville. And when you are
didn't represent.
Well, when you're doing a job that is historically only ever held by men, these are the kinds of things they say, well, this is why we can't have a woman in office. Even though men do the same shit, women, we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard because the same shit gets held against us that doesn't get held against men.
Well, I think so. I think you're right to some extent. You know, it's funny. I delivered something on Monday, and the woman's last name was Whore. I'm not even kidding. It was Horr. And I said to a partner, I said, "Man, I can't even say this name." He goes, "Oh, I know." I said, "You know, the thing is," and he made some sort of comment. I said, "The thing is, for a woman," he goes, "Oh, well," I said, "it must have been terrible for her going to school. It must have been just a terrible thing for her when she was a teenager." He goes, "Oh, it would be for her brother too if she had a brother." I said, "Yeah, but for one, it's a stigma. For the other, it's a badge of honor."
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, you're right." And that is it. There's a double standard, of course.
Mm-hmm.
There just is. I think that there's other double standards too. I don't have anything that pops into mind, but there are things that, you know, when men are looked at as like morons, that you might say, "Oh, it's okay, a woman did it." I have nothing in mind to bring up, but there's double standards across the board on all kinds of shit. Like, oh, whatever, skinny people can't do this, fat people can't do that, short people, tall people. There's all. People, we're just judgy, man.
Yeah,
we are judgy motherfuckers.
Sometimes people deserve to be judged, though. Can I share with you about this woman who posted in a Facebook group that
I wish you would.
They all the time deserve.
This is a book about, or a group about books, though. This was, you know, like reading book recommendations, women who read books and recommend books. So you would think, as readers, people maybe are a little bit smarter, but no, they're not. This woman posted she took a picture of a paragraph in her book and then highlighted the very last couple of words. And the sentence ends with "how apt," APT, right?
Yeah.
And she says, "I'm just so confused. Is this a typo or does it stand for something? What does it mean?"
Really?
And
dude, people are stupid.
And so there was the fact that, okay, she's never heard the word apt. So there's one level, but then there were the responses.
Oh, go ahead, Jess.
It's an abbreviation for appropriate. 17 people put that. No, it's not.
No.
Oh my God, no. It's a whole word. We have no chance of survival as a species.
Well, you know, it's funny. I'm walking around Safeway right now and I'm looking up at the signs up top. And, you know, they've written them all in cursive. These kids are going to have no idea what the fuck it is.
Oh,
okay.
That's true.
They have absolutely no idea. And on top of that, so Jenna's nephew, Little Johnny, which is really him, Little Johnny, he said something on Facebook and he something about birthday presents and Christmas presents, and he says, "Buy me a tractor, BYE."
Oh.
And I just responded to him. I said, "Wow, they're not taking care of you in that special hallway, are you, Johnny?"
Yeah, just
There, spelled THEIR.
your.
He says, "That's fucked up." Yeah, no kidding, kid.
You are YOUR instead of U''RE. That one bugs me all the time.
You know what? I just want to know adults who text and spell the word YOU with just the letter U and spell the word 2 with just the number 2. Like, what are you doing with all of your free time? What are you doing with all of that extra time that you're saving by not spelling out those 3-letter words?
I almost never text. I almost never use my fingers to text. So, as you know, Jess, you've read some stuff that I've said. It's like, what the fuck is this saying? Because the other thing I don't do is I often don't look at what I'm sending. I'll just blah,
That's
blah, blah,
also
blah, blah,
clear.
And
No kidding. Don't you remember when you told me how proud of you, how proud of me you were and how I've gotten my life together? And I'm like, God, Wally cares. No, that wasn't for me.
That was that. Yeah. So then oftentimes what happens is it picks up the radio.
Oh,
And whatever's on the radio ends up texting like, yeah, how the fuck did
that is the weirdest fucking thing. So that explains it. Why I got this text from Wally that said, "Let's hear it for the boy. Oh. Let's hear it for the boy, the man. Oh."
I am because oftentimes I am driving, and if my radio does not silence, because most of the time it silences if I'm texting, if I've got it connected right, but sometimes it does not, and I'll look after and go, what the fuck did I just send to this person? And I'll get goofy messages back. I hate the fucking texting. But what I was going to say about the cursive writing thing is, I now associate that with at some point when we go to World War III, us old folks who know how to do cursive writing will be the Navajo code talkers, because we will know how to do cursive writing, and nobody young, nobody under the age of whatever at this point, nobody under the age of about 18 is really proficient in cursive writing. I have written cursive. My granddaughter, who's 11, she's a bright kid. Papa, I can't read this. I don't know all the cursive letters.
Well, and they don't know how to tell time on an analog clock either.
Yeah.
No, they do not.
Oh, Christ. And I got a, my clock obsession. I wound up with one. It looks like a normal school clock, except it's got 24 hours on it. So the clock only moves the hour hand halfway, as it normally would on a other clock. To move to the full one, it moves to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, all the way around the clock. I could just see some kid having a field day with that thing. What the 16? What? 16? I don't know.
A friend of mine posted a picture the other day of the pedals on a stick shift.
Yep.
So
the anti-theft device?
Yeah. So, but there was also, there was the emergency brake pedal.
Yeah.
And then the clutch, the brake, and the gas. And the caption said something about, kids would never know what to do with this or something. Kids today, whatever. And one of the people who knows my friend who posted it said something like, it looked like something Elon Musk created. And I was like, what?
I don't even know what that means.
The other thing that I've not seen this picture yet, but Chris might be, Jess, you probably remember too. Remember when you had to turn on your high beams, how you used to do it in the old car?
I was about to mention that with the
button
little
on the
dot
floor?
on the floor.
Yeah.
The button on the floor. Smack.
It was technically before my time, but I have driven cars that have that.
Yeah. It's just pretty neat shit when you go back and sort of think of that, so look at that stuff.
This person also said it looks like it requires 2 people.
Oh, good.
And were they being serious?
I'm not sure, because there was I don't know the person. there was no use of emojis or anything. It was just looks like it requires two people, possibly something invented by Elon Musk.
I'm afraid to use emojis. The only emojis I use are a thumbs up, a smile, and a heart for love.
You use the laughing.
Yeah, well, yeah, the face ones. I've got the smile, the laughing with the crying, but for the most part, I stay away because I'm just not sure what any of them mean, and I don't want to I don't want to like put the wrong emoji in some. I just don't know the meanings of these
Just
anymore.
stay away from the eggplant.
And Minister Robinson's going to get what kind of lingus? What is this?
Why has Wally sent me the eggplant? What is going on here? I think we're going to have a little ritual with him. Break out the incense, lay him down on a thing, and we got to get the evil out of him.
Mm-hmm.
I was in CVS today, and there were 6 employees in CVS. There was 2 furries. One was a cat, and I'm not sure what the other one was, whether they were a horse or what, but they were the workers.
Mm-hmm.
The workers were. It disarms me a little bit.
Were they just dressed up for Halloween?
No. How
do you know?
No Halloween dressing. I've seen them there before, working behind the counter. They work in the prescription area, in the pharmacy area of the CVS.
A furry. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck mighty.
A furry.
Chris, Wally knows what furries are, though.
Yeah, I know.
Because I got an 11-year-old granddaughter who keeps me up to date on that stuff.
As to what
she has friends who are furries.
Oh, well.
She has friends who dress like furries at school.
Jess will tell you, since she's been to the polls recently, that's a disease. Okay?
The furries is a disease.
That is a goddamn disease.
I don't understand it. I have no feeling about it one way or the other. I do a little bit. I find it a little kind of like it's kind of wacky, but I have no sort of like, oh, you're weird. I have no feeling like that. I just don't understand it. I don't understand the reasoning behind it. I'm not sure that we can understand everything, but I don't understand it. Why do you want to walk around in cat ears and a little cat tail and then I don't understand it. I really don't.
I don't want to understand one thing. I want to understand one thing, not everything. That's it.
Oh,
and I don't understand shitting in a litter box in fucking 4th grade. Okay.
Well, so when we had the large Somali population moved to the area 20 some years ago, people were fucking beside themselves with women wearing headscarf, hijabs, right? They were just like, oh my God, it's unbelievable. That they wouldn't tolerate. But a cat tail and furry ears, that's all good. That's good.
Well, I mean, was it white people wearing the cat tail and the furry ears?
Oh, here it fucking comes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
There were no Black Panthers. Let me say that.
Wow, that was uncalled for.
I'm just saysaying.
That was uncalled for.
It is very ethnocentric.
Mm-hmm.
If I might use that word properly.
It's a goddamn disease. I don't know, Wally. Is it something you're apt for?
No, I'm definitely not apt. What apt is that? The apt?
That's the apt app. That's correct.
The apt app.
The apt app. You get it from the Google store.
I need the lapped app. Well, Chris, we haven't had this update recently. Are you all moved and stuff now?
No, not even close.
God damn, it has taken you a long time.
We've actually we went and looked at a house yesterday, so that's at least progress.
Are you buying?
Don't know yet. She it could be just bullshit, but she's like, I like it. I just don't love it. And I'm like, listen, I'm going to have 2 more moves in my life. One is going to be with whatever house this is. and the next one's going to be in a wooden fucking box.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out a place that you're going to like. And, well, I don't care if you like it. I need something to fucking move into. Let's just do it.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay.
And-
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Okay.
Did you make her cry, Christopher?
You do know how to treat a woman, Chris.
Listen.
You know how to treat a lady.
This woman would cry if somebody said, listen, lamb shank is on sale at the Piggly Wiggly this week. Oh, thank God.
I killed the lamb.
Oh, God. I mean, Mary had one, not Jenna. Okay.
So she's quick to the waterworks.
So was she
Yes,
crying
absolutely.
at the thought of just picking a house quickly because you were so stern with her, or at the thought of you moving into a wooden box?
Yes.
Ah,
I think yes might be the answer to that.
Okay.
I think any answer is actually going to be yes, no matter which way you slice it with this lady. Don't get me wrong, I love her dearly, but good fucking God. She's got more shit wrong with her. She finally went to a doctor. Been trying to get her to go to a doctor for a goddamn year and a half, because you touch the girl, she bruises. Okay. And she's always feels full and stabbing pains in her kidney and all this sort of shit. I'm like, go to a fucking doctor, So she went to get blood work done today. Okay. She said, my boss canceled our staff meeting. I'm going to go get blood work before I go into work. I said, okay. All right. See you later. All right. I'm going to go to 7-Eleven and get some. No, you fast before blood work. Go drink water. Good God. Do you want to have fucking diabetes off the chart just by walking in there because you've had your Fragilage latte?
Did they not
Jesus
tell
fuck.
her to fast?
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Or they did, and she was like, I'll get it done fast.
Hey, are you guys going to get a flu shot?
Not me.
No, I am. Jess, you?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I am too. What about COVID boosters?
You know, I haven't gotten one in a couple of years.
Neither have I, and I'm thinking I'm going to get one.
I
Maybe
actually have
21
been
was the
thinking
last
about
time
it
I had it.
because I woke up Sunday just feeling lousy, and it didn't quite feel COVID lousy, but there was a little congestion. And then I was like, I do not want to go through that shit again.
See, I have too much contact with people, so I think I need to do it.
Yeah.
Chris, you have a lot of contact with strangers.
Yeah, but usually you don't get COVID from sucking dick. So it's a totally different thing. Totally different.
You get the hit.
Yeah. The thing with the COVID vaccine is I had 2 stabs. I had 1 stab in 2020, 2 stabs in 2021.
Yeah.
February of 2022, I got fucking COVID.
But you
And
didn't
it
die
was
from it, which is
awful.
the point.
No, but you know what? When I went into the hospital, the guy said, no, it's not when you get out, it's if you get out. So it was bad enough that I don't think it did anything for me. I don't think it did a goddamn thing.
Also, but wait, now also throw in there that your health at the time,
Mm-hmm.
you're not the picture of health on your best day.
Well, I was about to say, I'm still not, fucking as in good shape as, I don't know, take somebody like Chris Farley. I'm still not.
Right.
So
So the COVID may be beneficial to you instead of, getting so sick that you're paralyzed or whatever. You just get really sick and yicky.
the only thing good that happened to COVID is I got down to 183. That was the only good thing. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
That was good weight loss. I mean, I'm just over 200 now, but I mean, that's still a severe reduction for me in life. So that was the only good thing that came of COVID. And I did get to fuck this girl that we went out a couple times, didn't work out, and we were still friends on Facebook, and she found out that I had COVID, looking at Facebook like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, finally getting back out there. Let's go to dinner. So we went at it for about 6 months. So I guess that was good. I don't know. I don't know whether can you call that a product of COVID?
So a common part of Chris's of his vernacular is, I went out with this chick. It didn't work out.
Well, I mean, it's true.
This
Look,
girl
I
was
mean,
banging for about 6 months. It didn't work out.
Mhm.
yeah. Well, I mean, that was the one that fucking, I'm laying in bed one night and she fucking puts healing crystals on my chest because she wants to exhume the hate from my soul. I'm like,
That did not work.
Well, no, it did not work. And you know what? It didn't work. Okay.
Oh my God.
I mean, the hate from you. Get the fuck out of here. There's just sage in the house and all this bullshit. And get me the fuck away from me.
Nothing sounds worse than that fucking when they get that fucking clump of sage and light it up and blow it.
Get me
roll it
the
around. Oh, that's
fuck out of here. What the fuck are you trying to do to me? You fucking commie pinko bitch. Jesus Christ.
That sage fucking thing smells so bad.
Oh my God. I would rather fucking have sex with Al Molinaro. I mean, it's terrible.
So funny you say. Now, let me ask you something. I was thinking of Al Molinaro today.
Yeah, well, it's when we woke up together, Wally.
I saw a post of Happy Days, and it had the other Al. Asian
it had
Al.
Pat Morita. That was Arnold,
Pat
not
Morita.
Al.
Asian Al.
Oh,
and I was saying, like, which one came first? I can't remember anymore if it was Al Molinaro or Pat Morita.
No, the Asian guy was first because the Asian guy was Arnold.
Asian was first, and then it came.
And then came Al that bought Arnold's and never changed the name.
That way they didn't have to change the A on the place.
Mhm.
And you look at Al Molinaro and you look back at The Odd Couple and you're thinking, what the fuck is this police officer going to do to me in New York City?
But what a great character. He played the same character in every show.
Every show he was the same fucking thing. And we went to an Italian restaurant in where was it? In Ocean City called the Italian Touch. I'm like, what, does Al Molinaro finger you when you walk in here? What exactly happened?
You get some Molinaro sauce.
Yeah. Ding ding.
Jerking off. You gotta get some Molinaro sauce.
Cha cha cha.
Yeah, his character in both those shows, he always just had that head bob. That's like the weird, goofy Al Molinaro head bob.
Mm-hmm.
But a good show. I have been again watching old television shows. I fucking like watching old TV shows, you guys.
Mm.
I don't know why I like them. Starsky and Hutch. Come on, Huggy Bear. Come on. Good stuff.
I'll turn on some of those shows once in a while just to see like who some of the special guests were.
Yes.
And so like watching some old episodes of Hill Street Blues, and it's like every single person on Hill Street Blues went on to do something else.
Oh yeah. And good stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good stuff.
Including Andy Sipowicz.
I said it before. I'll say it again. Yeah, he did the NYPD Blue thing, but he also did a show that I was in the pilot of called Beverly Hills Bunts, which was an offshoot of NYPD Blue.
By the way, I was thinking about you guys when I was. Have you seen this new show, Dr. Odyssey?
No.
It's
Is it an Australian show?
Huh?
Is it Australian?
No. It's basically The Love Boat meets House.
Really?
Yeah. There's a special guest every week and they go on this cruise, but the focus is more on the medical team and things that go wrong and how they figure out how to save these people from whatever the thing is that's gone wrong. But it's very much in terms of like the episode I just watched the other night was Singles Week, and Shania Twain was the special guest, and she hooks up with the captain. And
that's believable though.
And the captain is Don fucking Johnson.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this a Netflix or a Hulu?
No, it's regular TV.
Regular TV.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up because I would like to. I bet Norwegian Cruise Lines is so happy about this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, every week we have a fucking sickness on a ship,
or somebody who goes overboard.
You like the
nice.
the guest star thing. If you ever want to go down a rabbit hole, go to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and somebody has put together a compilation of all of the stars that were on two different shows. So it's basically like watching the opening credits for 45 minutes. Okay. And one of them is everybody from The Love Boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot.
The other one is everybody from Cannon.
Really? Cannon?
Yeah,
Cannon?
Cannon. Everybody from Cannon.
I don't remember Cannon.
Jake and the Fat Man. What's his name?
Yeah.
William Conrad was
William
Cannon.
Conrad, just a Santa Claus before he was Santa. William Conrad, big guy. Big.
They said they made the theme song to Cannon because it already had like the waka 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 guitar going on.
Okay.
But when they realized it was William Cannon that was going to star in it, they put in a big fucking tuba thing going.
Okay, that show ran for 5 years, from before I was born until I was 4.
What was
Okay,
Cannon?
there are things called videotape, Jess.
Yeah, I know, but it's not a thing I don't remember ever seeing it in reruns. I'm not familiar with it at all. Like
Well, then look
some
at
of the
the
shows,
YouTube.
like Brady Bunch was on before I was born, but it ran in reruns when I was a kid.
Yeah, see, that was one of those ones you have to pick up on. I don't know if TV Land had that or not, but I remember Cannon pretty. It's in my head very well. I remember watching that as a kid, for sure. Cannon, I can't believe. But of all, I thought you might say like The Love Boat and Fantasy Island.
That's what I thought too.
Fucking ton of guest stars.
I think they shared guest stars a lot of times. Like, like you
yeah.
come in and do one, and then tape the other one while you're here.
Hey, wasn't Gopher from The Love Boat? Wasn't Gopher a congressman for a while?
Yeah.
I think Gopher, was he from Idaho or Iowa? Iowa, maybe. I forget where he was. He was, I think he was Idaho or Iowa, but he was or maybe I'm thinking of Gary Berghoff.
No, Fred Grandy was a
Yeah, he definitely was one. I don't remember where from though, but he was. A lot of folks come from there.
Fred Grandy representing Iowa.
Ah, look at that.
He's from Sioux City.
Look at we
Still alive, by the way, 76.
Even in my stupidity, I'm smarter than the average bear. My good guess of Iowa, even though I was thinking of Ottumwa for a second. You know who came from Ottumwa? Chris, who came from Ottumwa, Iowa? We lost Chris?
No, I'm here. I just can't remember. I don't know who that would be.
Gary Berghoff.
I don't know.
Radar O'Reilly was from Ottumwa.
I did not know that.
Yeah, see? That's because again, it's my 10 years that I have on you guys.
Yeah. I was barely old enough to know what MASH was even about.
Oh, what a fabulous show. Absolutely fabulous show. I watched, so I also watched all of the Barney Millers. There's only 2 seasons available. That fucking show is too funny.
Lincoln Lawyer has a new season out.
Yes, it does.
I watched the whole thing over the weekend.
Yeah, I watched, I did not watch the whole season, the whole thing. I watched the whole thing of Slow Horses though. Which, do you know that one?
No.
That's a spy one. That's more, maybe you might not. It's a spy one. Whoever the guy is in Tinker, Spy, whatever. Anyway, it's good.
Last week I was in the middle of watching TV and a friend of mine called me. And so I paused the show and I answered the phone. And he starts to explain why he's calling. And then he says, wait, don't judge me. And I said, okay. And he said, I'm a huge fan of Love is Blind. And I said, you mean the Love is Blind I just had to pause to answer your call? Did we then spend the whole rest of the night on the phone watching the show together? Yes, we did.
Oh my God. It's funny you would mention, I have not watched that show. I didn't even know it existed, but I was listening to On the Media. It's an NPR show about the media. And they were talking about Love is Blind and all the lawsuits and horrible stuff that show is. Mm-hmm. Apparently a heinous show.
Straight trash.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy watching people make even worse mistakes than I've made.
I have so now I'm gonna have to take a look at it because the report they did on the media was fucking scathing, just scathing about how they treat the people and how they psychologically manipulate them. Not that we. That's always what it is. I would have guessed that there's the producer, the executive producer, and then 8 psychologists and psychiatrists who figure out who to pair with who. Okay, he doesn't like gay people and he's gay. Team them together, and not necessarily.
Well, they pick they pick them for themselves who they get paired with.
Yeah. I wasn't specifically talking about that show, but
because Married at First Sight actually has they pick your match for you on Married at First Sight, and then say you're going to meet this person, and then in 2 weeks you're going to marry them.
See, I think that's how they did The Real World. Did a lot of that too. You know, obviously probably had a couple of psychologists who decided who to pair with. They knew who would butt heads and who would have conflict, and because it's not interesting if it's not conflict, right? Because people watch that just to go, man, they're more fucked up than me. I'm doing all right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing okay. Yay.
There was a couple on this season of Love is Blind where like at least 3 times the woman told the dude, I took you from a boy and turned you into a man. I'm not going to spoil the surprise about whether or not they worked out.
Well, that's kind of funny because I turned Julie from a woman into a cunt. At least that's what she'd tell you. So
good job, Chris.
It's amazing how that works.
Yeah,
thank you.
You need to get a show, my friend.
I would watch it.
I've got one. You're on it, bitch. You're on
it. All right, you guys. I gotta run.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, well, it's been delightful as always, and talk to you next week.
All right. Have a good week. All right.
Bisexual.